probably all have been impatiently waiting for my new full feature film featuring the Smurf lathe, or the Schlumpfdrehbank, as the Germans say. So, good news, it's time for testing. The motor is working again. One of the capacitor leads was broken, so that was an easy fix. I also figured out why there's two belts on here. The motor can slide well, sideways on this bar here. A bit rusty. Whoop. Alright, so when you move to a smaller groove on the spindle pulley, the belt gets too long and there's no way to tighten it anymore. So at that point the idea is to switch to a shorter belt. There's a spring over here that is supposed to tension the belt, but I haven't found a way to hook this thing to the motor. I'm gonna get some bungee cords. That should do it for now. Some lubrication. Alright, so this will be the first time I'm gonna spin the spindle. Here we go. Well, that wasn't very exciting. This spindle spins pretty easy compared to the other lathe I restored. There is a bit of end play. I've found out that this spindle nose is the same as the one on my wood lathe. Here's the faceplate that came with the wood lathe. That fits nice and easy. I could also use this faceplate to mount the old big chuck that I picked up last summer. Here are some other attachments that I got with a wood lathe. They should also fit this machine. Well, this seems to be an adapter, and this one here, some kind of holder. This here is for driving a lathe dog. And that's a spider. I also got a tab to make the same thread as on the spindle, so that would be useful. I still got a brand new Chinese 4-jaw laying around, and with this I could make a backplate for that chuck. Although I might not need a 4-jaw chuck, because one of my viewers pointed out that this chuck can probably be adjusted after you clamp down the workpiece using these smaller square holes. I got the chuck for it. Unfortunately, it is seized up, so I probably need to take this thing apart. If anybody recognizes this chuck, I am interested in finding out more about it. Brand name, when, where it was made. There is some information on the front, some patent numbers, and there might be a name on there, but I can't read it. If you want to give it a go, you gotta hit space now. Well, let's see if we can face off this piece here. I already re-oiled the dovetails and adjusted the gibs. I'm gonna clean up the tool rest here and then mount the tool and start cutting. So that's better. You know, I've heard that the camera adds at least 10 pounds of rust. Not sure if that's true. Might be less. First cut. I have no idea how quick this thing will be running. Hopefully the belt will survive. So that was pretty good. There's a bit left on the in the center, but not bad, especially for such a slow speed. And as usual, I have no idea what kind of metal this is. So we were testing at 425 RPM. By the way, the motor is running 1450 RPM, and it's a 1-horse motor. So what is a lathe test without a little dial gauge action? Not too bad, about 2/100ths of a millimeter runout. And I couldn't measure against the spindle nose. There was no good surface. For my next test, I'm going to recut this pointy bit that was actually made on the lathe I restored. Still running at 425 RPM. That's not even close to running true. I think the chuck wasn't properly seated against the register, so let's try again. I need to move the cross lights. There's a little bit of shatter. And also the lathe is a bit shaking because of the motor. Looks like I'm a bit high. No, I'm a bit low. Let's add a shim. Final cut. Well, that wasn't perfect, but I see room for improvement with a better motor mount. When this lathe got its Smurf color scheme, they also put some paint on the feedways. Brilliant. That's just brilliant. Anyway, I need to remove this before I can check the tailstock for alignment. I de-smurfed the feedway and I'm ready to look at tailstock alignment, something that has been an issue with my restored lathe. And I'm getting a feeling that it could be a problem with this machine as well. The quill here is neither Morse taper 2 nor 1, and you can feel that it is a little damaged on the inside. And to make matters worse, I don't have a nice fitting center point to check for alignment. This is the one that came with the machine. It's a Morse 2, and as you can see, that only fits for a very small part. So now I was thinking I might do a center drilling test, but my chuck options are limited. This one has a screw, this one has a straight shank, this one might fit, but it does look terrible. So not really something you want to use for a reliable test. But it does fit. So we are going to do a center drilling test. Can't do much damage. A sacrificial center drill. Oh, this thing feels terrible. The chuck key is also worn out, or it doesn't belong with this chuck. Well, I can't properly tighten it. And there is no other chuck key in the drawer. I'm going to see if I have one that fits. Well, this one is also not the right one, but at least I got it a bit tighter. Here we go. The bit is pushed into the chuck. I'm gonna look for another chuck key. Same problem. I'm gonna get a pipe wrench. I was going to tighten it up with this pipe wrench, but it spins in the quill. The taper isn't strong enough to hold it, probably because of the damage that is already there. So I'll stop this test. It's not useful anyway because of the bad shock. So just like my restored lathe, this one also has tailstock problems. And I'm starting to think that the tailstock on my restored lathe was already bored out to MT2, but it wasn't done properly, and that's why it's now misaligned. This is a little over 50 mil, and for an MT2 table you need about little under 18 mil. So if I take off 1 mil on both sides, a Morse taper 2 should go in almost all the way, leaving, this is a bit more than 5 mil, so that will leave a wall thickness of 4 mil. I think that should be acceptable, but I'm not sure if this is a job I can do myself. So that concludes testing. In the next video I'm going to try and cut some wood with this lathe.